Hi, welcome to the Red Card Tarot. I'm Nikita, and today we are doing something little different. We used to do this earlier, but it's like a mini workshop, and the topic is inner work. A lot of you have been going through a stuff because a lot of the important big planets like Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Jupiter have been in retrograde. Last year was like the year of retrogrades, and now from next month there will be a couple of eclipses coming. So it is. Hi, Ravisha, welcome. This is a crucial time. If you still haven't understood the meaning of inner work or how to do it, at least as much you can on your own, that's what to bring to you all today. And I haven't made notes, just something very impromptu that I felt. What I'm going to do is take questions. First, I'll kind of take maybe a couple of cards here just to prompt me from the shadow deck that if you are going through something similar or you have, how do you then kind of do your own inner work? um, Ravisha, would you like to also share the link on Facebook on the Red Cord R page? I don't know. And Insta? I'm not sure. I should make you my moderator everywhere. Oh boy. Thanks a lot, lovely. I'm just, in the meantime, as you're posting, I'm just pulling out. Mm, okay, thank you. So, do you have any questions, or should I just first not even treating this like, oh, this is okay? Let's start with what do I mean by inner work? Okay, so we as human beings um, have something called emotions. We also have thoughts, conditionings, we have genetic makeup, but we also come with programming, past lives, cellular memories, a lot of it. Now, when we go through any emotions that are too intense, they can create a blockage. The energy of that emotion is so strong, it kind of makes a neural pathway, and subconsciously, that becomes the automatic route our GPS uses in the navigation. And that makes our subconscious mind is 6,000 times more powerful than our conscious mind. And every time we leave something unhealed and we go to sleep, it goes through the filter, goes into our subconscious. It might even go into our archive. That's where the past life and the superconscious and genetic messages and codings and programmings are stored. And then that becomes the program on which we are all the time acting without realizing that we are repeating patterns, and then we attract the similar situations. Hi Meghna, hi Chandrika, very welcome. Meghna, today I'm doing inner work as well as I will address a question that you might find helpful as well as others. And thank you for prompting me for that as well. But I think this inner work is crucial for you as well. Chandrika, this will assist you as well. And I'm trying to speak as though you don't know anything about it, all of you. Okay. So just take it as the parts that you know good. And then we'll try and get into how to do a thorough job. So I had to give this bit of a blow down of how important it is to be aware, to be conscious. Now a whole bunch of you are aware, you know about the subconscious being powerful, you know about patterns, but and you even know about inner child, you know about releasing, you know the basics, right? But what you might not understand is, so what do we do exactly? um just for the sake of it, unless you have an anecdote. You're right, that's what I was saying, I should make you my moderator everywhere. Well, I don't know what example to give you, but let's start with you have a crush on someone or you develop feelings for someone, and not only do they first not notice you, but even if they do, after a while, for whatever reason, they reject you and you're left heartbroken. Fair enough. Has pretty much everyone in the world gone through something similar once at least in their lifetime? Ravisha, for this one, I really suggest that you go plug in and watch this live, because I will try and answer. And I have seen you really struggle a lot. So please do get to a place where you can watch. I'm so sorry. It was so sudden. Ah, okay. So, does this situation resonate with everyone? You like someone, and for whatever reason, the reasons might be different, they reject you or they turn down your love offer and you're left heartbroken. Does that sound familiar to everyone? This has to be interactive, people. Great. And pretty much everyone would have gone through this. Um, Now, supposing the first time you went through this when you were 16. Mm-hmm. Great. Supposing this happened to you the first time when you were 16. Till then, you think you've never been rejected before. Really? Sure? Do you think you have been rejected before the first heartbreak from the first crush you had? Have you had a rejection before that? Come on, people, reply. It has to be interactive. Okay, yes, you have been rejected before too. Maybe for bedwetting. I'm not saying you were rejected, I'm saying you have felt rejected. When all you wanted was to make a gift for your mom, and she got annoyed because you destroyed some favorite necklace or dress or something of hers. Rejected a lot of times. I'm My question was, before the first crush rejection, do you think you have been rejected before that? Have you felt rejected before that? Before that, Chandrika, pay attention. Today I'm not a friendly tarot reader. Today I'm a teacher. Yes. We think our inner work has to do with the incident that has currently taken place. That's not true. So, why are we going into childhood? When you are 2 years old, when you are 6 months old, things that you don't even remember. But when the person who was supposed to take care of you, your parents, your mother, they yelled at you, they spanked you, you felt rejected. You did not even know what you had done wrong. You kept trying to please them, but sooner or later there would be something else that you would do wrong. And the more times, instead, if parents just knew conscious parenting, and they could equally praise as when they are criticizing you, because they're not your enemies, they do want to help you. Some are just plain toxic, but most. If they're scolding you or they're saying, or they're impatient, well, they're humans. But when we are children, we think our parents can never be wrong. We think we are wrong. And we keep trying to win their approval by trying to do our best. I'm not going to go into a psychology lecture right now, but there can be children who realize the only way they get their parents' attention is by being naughty. At least some attention, even if it is a spanking or a scolding, is better than being ignored or neglected. Some who have parents who demand perfection, they become so scared of making a mistake that as they are growing up, they become perfectionists. They become so tightly held that they cannot relax. They cannot ever take a chance or allow themselves the leeway to not get it right the very first time. There can be isolation in all of these cases, right? Then we become people pleasers because we just want someone to love us, someone to accept us, someone to praise us, someone to be proud of us, someone to see us. So the one teacher that looks at you and says, "Well done," and you're like, "Oh, my favorite." The first guy who smiles at you, the first girl who smiles at you, and you're like, "Oh my God." The first time people have sex, right? And those who have not got that level of emotional acceptance that they needed, they start associating physical pleasure with love. Well, we are digressing. So the story starts way before you even realize it. But the first time it hits you, there's like a unlocking not only what happened in your childhood, but from your past lives. Ouch. Yeah. So, rejection, because it's a common theme. It doesn't have to be just about rejection, but today we are going to use that as one of our first analogies. If we need, we'll use more. So, when I tell you guys you need to do your inner work, you have to sit with your feelings, what you're experiencing right now. And as you spill your guts out, not to another person, never to another person, it diffuses the energy. Your journal, and I'll tell you exactly why. Blah, 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 this, right. I hate myself. No one will ever love me. You're pouring this out. These are gems. These are hints and clues that are going to help you with your detective work in your inner work. Do you really hate yourself? Have you grown to hate a part of you that wants it, that expects it, that is hungry and pitiful, or whatever else you're telling yourself about that part of you? That is an inner child. An inner child and that part of you gets fragmented, is no longer integrated with you, and they are wounded, and so they stay stuck in that age. They will always continue to behave in the same way, no matter how much you have matured, no matter how much you understand. And rejection is something that runs very, very deep. We all know that. You guys can keep typing or asking or whatever, all right? I will keep checking from time to time. So when I say do your inner work and you go and first journal, you cry, you tear your pillow, you hit your pillow, you break something in your room, or don't break something good. I used to, when I was going through, I used to keep stuff that I didn't mind breaking, like a chipped cup or whatever, that I could just smash and get it out of my system. It's very therapeutic. Parents get upset, so do it where they can't find out, or, you know. No problem, Navya. You're very welcome. You might have to rewind a little bit. Why don't you play it right from the start? so that you understand. You can forward the welcome intro and stuff, and then you can, come to where I am now, right? Otherwise, you'll not understand what we are talking about. You have written, you have cried. That's not purging, that's not even started your healing process. The next step is to go back to your journal, no matter how painful it is. Read, and as you're reading, this is not to bring it into your timeline or your program. You're going to be underlining words. I feel like a loser. That's one of your markers. I hate this about me. Why can't I be prettier? If I just had longer hair, if I was just thinner, whatever you have written, underline it. No, no, Ravisha, when I am talking, please do not use any forward or whatever. There is a certain rhythm, which is a healing frequency that comes when I speak. No rules. So as you're listening, you will start feeling, things releasing and healing you. So when you have written, you have underlined, you will continue writing till you feel you have nothing more to add. This may take 3 to 4 hours, it may take you 1 week. We are girls. It will take us 3 to 4 hours. But do it the next day when you underline, when you read, when you complete, when you add more to it, and continue um, adding stuff, Then you'll take out these key phrases, like as if it's risen above your page. If need be, at this time, you can write phrases on a fresh new sheet of paper and burn this part of your journaling, because we don't want it to continue. The purpose of journaling is to help you become aware. Then you'll take these phrases and words, the emotions to stay. Everyone is in a tearing hurry to come back to feeling normal, neutral, feeling better. We want you want your friend to tell you, "Oh, he didn't deserve you. He was such a jerk. You deserve someone better." "Oh my god, I'm so sorry you went through this. Come here, let me give you a hug. Come, let's watch a funny movie. Let's digress, let's divert, let's just somehow shove the painful feeling under the carpet. Oh, don't cry, don't waste another tear on that person." Do we not do that? Do our friends not do that? They're well meaning. But for your inner work, you have just speaking to anyone till at least the first few steps have been done. You will write, then once you've got your words, you will burn these sheets of paper. You will sit, you will allow those feelings to come up again. But at this time, you will observe. You will observe your body. Where are you feeling the tightness, the anger, the sweating, the weakness? You will observe. You will make a note of that. You will then ask yourself, when else have I felt like this? In what other situation, which may have nothing to do with romance, which may have nothing to do with this person in question? You will ask, when else have I felt something similar to this? Right? And then you will allow the memories to surface. It will be painful for sure. You will keep noting them down. One at a time, you will go through those memories, repeating the same exercise. What you will start narrowing down is the words. From those 100 words, it will become 25 phrases and words. It will narrow down, and you will come down to some core words such as, "I feel rejected. I feel unloved. I feel unseen." Or, I so desperately want, the word is desperate, and go with the desperate. When else have you felt desperate and why? Well, don't do it as a we, do it as individuals. And later you can, of course, assist each other, which would be great. But I'm so proud of both of you. Keep going. Now, once you have done this step, go further deep down. In my childhood, now it is no longer about what happened in the beginning. Now it is about the core words that have come, like lonely, I'm scared. What if everyone rejects me? Those kind of things. I'm afraid of being alone. Those things. Now go into your childhood holding those words. When have I felt like this? And you'll be like, no way, that incident could not have led such a deep impact on me. Well, it did. And it's usually not what people expect, it's never a big thing. It could be something as simple as you wanted to participate in the annual function and you were so looking forward to it, and someone made fun of your dress, and so you did not get on the stage. And for all you know, that is the key for you to unlock a whole bunch of things inside of you. Hold yourself in compassion, see yourself with loving eyes. And this is a process you have to repeat over and over again. This is not the end. Now, Sridhar had asked me a question, I think a couple of months ago, and I intended to answer it, but I just couldn't at that time. I'm going to include that entire question here. Hang on. Hmm, where is it? Okay. But basically, Sridhar had asked that even after doing the work till this point, why do things keep repeating? Well, what are the other emotions associated? Shame, guilt, vindictiveness. I will prove to them I'm special too. Anything, right? Your brain tells you it's wise for you to leave someone who is not emotionally fulfilling you, but you do know the pain of being rejected and you don't want to pass on that pain. Oh my god, you become your best saboteur. Did this last sentence make sense? Last sentence make sense? You will find yourself befriending people just because they are alone, they are bullied. I literally did this. I wanted someone to protect me, stand up for me, so I started standing up for everyone else, even when it was none of my business. You stop rejecting people who you wouldn't ever agree to be with just because you know the pain of being rejected. And that's where your settling game starts in. It's layer after layer after layer. And you have to do it a bit like go in, see the side shoots, the roots, the branches, the offshoots, the fruit, the leaf. The point is the root is what you have to reach. Rest is just symptoms of this issue. And once you reach there, now what you're going to do? You can't just say, oh, well, it didn't happen and I never felt this. That won't help you at all. First is acceptance. Yes, it happened exactly the way it happened, and nothing, and no matter how much you wish, can make it different. acceptance. No more denial, no more bargaining, no more grieving even about it. It happened. How will you stop the grieving? By looking for the jewels, for looking for the gemstones. What did I learn? I learned how to be fine on my own. I learned I will continue to do things that I like, even if my parents are not praising me or whatever. Something good always comes out. Like I keep saying, difficulties are spiritual workouts. Something in you gets strengthened. You become bolder, you become stronger, you become an advocate for the weaker, for the downtrodden. Something good definitely has come out. You made deeper connections with the female gender because the male was rejecting you. Uh oh. Let me know when we are back. Tell me when it's normal again. Is it fine now? Are we there? Is it okay? Is it good? Hey, people. I'm getting distracted now. Let me know when it becomes normal. Ravisha, is it still buffering? Hello? Are we still buffering? अब ठीक है ये. So the first step is acceptance without wanting things to be different, without the bargaining. For letting go of the grief, again, there are multiple steps. The point of inner work is to take away the emotional charge attached to any word, any memory, any situation, so that it stops having a power over you and so it cannot be repeated again. So you can choose an alternative way of being, of what you're attracting in life. The removing of the emotional charge is what I'm explaining now. Be it anger, grief, frustrations, you will know, you will feel it. Wherever you're feeling it in your body, you will use the violet flames, mini violet flames. If it was in majorly in your solar plexus, you're going to take in yellow light, you're going to eat yellow food, you're going to restore the balance and not become the perpetrator, the other end of the scale. But you're going to find the gems, the wisdom, what was the benefit, what was the perk. You will always have been given something. That's the part why I call it a spiritual workout. Hardships, heartbreaks, pain, it gives you a spiritual workout. So you have to look for what did you learn, what did you earn, so that you don't fear losing that. If someone became ultra independent, they might not want to give up the independence, and you have to reassure that inner child, we won't give you up, but we can choose when we want to be independent and where we want to be interdependent, never codependent. So you will also then Go and do your hoponopono with every memory, with everyone involved, including yourself. Are you seeing how deep and how much you have to do your inner work? It is not a shortcut. You cannot feel okay in a jiffy. You have to do it thoroughly. And if you do it thoroughly the very first time you start and keep at it whenever something comes up, it's like permanent tunnels are there. So you'll be able to zoop, go to the core, heal it. I promise you, now it takes me less than a day. We are humans, we will keep having things happen and get triggered, and stuff will happen, but now those highways are made. So when you do a thorough job the first time, they're not just a pothole here and a pothole there. But if you do a sketchy job of your inner work, every time there's a rain, when the rains happen, the roads are going to get new potholes because the road wasn't laid properly. So make a proper highway, multiple highways, so the minute something happens, oh, that's the lane I need to go. You go zoop right to the center, you work with it, you re-release, and you seal it up, and you're back, and you bounce back, right? Is it making sense? So acceptance, discharging of the emotional charges, the pain body. If you have taken quantum healing from me, the part where I make you imagine your body in different levels of ego and pain, and your mind, your heart, whatever in grid form, and then I cleanse each one of them. So you have to diffuse the emotional charge. You should be able to look at something that happened, and no negative emotion, nothing. You should be able to tell it like it's from a storybook. But if you're watching a movie, if you're reading a book, if you're speaking about it to someone and you're still choking, or you're still angry, or you haven't done a thorough inner work, you haven't cleaned it out. Okay? Forgiveness of yourself, of others, then there will come a point where you have to address the inner child. And how do you do that? In your imagination. Imagine yourself, even if you don't have a safe place in your physical life, you can create it in your mind where you feel extremely safe. I can send you all a guided meditation, um, and you guys, there was an inner, anyway, you can just activate. I mean, I can help you form your safe space where you can go for your, it's called the ego states room. You create it, and all you have to do is visualize it, go, and you bring that child, your child, and the inner child can be from yesterday. Okay, they're just younger than you are right now in this moment, so they're called inner children. You will call that part of you into the room, and you will have a conversation with them. You will not deny, you will not justify what happened, you will just listen. It's a good practice in how to be a good listener to other people as well. You will just listen, and then you will ask that inner child, what can I do for you to make this okay? Look, we survived, we are fine, but I need you to feel healed and to integrate with me so that we can go further and live a even better life. And I can't do it without you. So what can I give you right now to make you feel better? And sometimes they want you to speak up to a so and so. Sometimes they just want, there was a person in my life who was denied a cricket bat. Well, in your imagination, just give the cricket bat, and as soon as you can have the money, or you have an opportunity, go and buy that cricket bat. I literally have bought a magnetic pencil box, which I don't even use, but it's one of my most precious possessions because everyone around me had magnetic pencil box, with the button thing, and I wanted it so desperately. I wanted it so desperately, and as an adult, when I finally saw it in a shop, I was like, I'm not denying myself that. And I bought it. And just so it doesn't go bad, I hardly use it, but it's one of my most prized possessions. Do that. Well, if someone was abusive towards you and the inner child says, I wish someone had slapped him, well, call that person's energy in and allow your inner child to take it out on him or her or whoever. And you will have a purge then. That's when the crying will happen. That's when you will actually feel a catharsis come on and you will sleep. No matter what you're doing, no matter what part of healing you are doing, you have to constantly remember before you start anything, you will imagine your roots, you will imagine your pillar of light, you will imagine your shielding bubble. And when you have come out and you've finished your process for the day, you will use the violet flame starting from the center of your heart, engulfing you, and the golden shower. Any name, faces, people that have come up, you will do Ho'oponopono with everyone. All right. The crucial bit of this is patience. At times when the memories get very painful, I like to remind myself it's a memory, it cannot hurt me anymore. I am draining the abscess. I'm just cleaning out the old stuff. It's not happening right now. And that makes you feel safe. Most people avoid going deep inside because they don't want to experience the pain again. It's fine to feel the pain just once more so that you don't keep attracting it again and again. Because if that's the beeping sound, that's the honing station inside of you, pain, pain, pain. What you're attracting from every relationship, every person around you is pain, pain, pain. Are you with me so far? Yes, Meghna. I'm going to quickly just talk to Meghna, but this is important for all of you as well. It is connected. Why I'm insisting that you need to ground yourself, connect with the white light shield, and after any process is done, to purify, even take salt baths or whatever have you, is currently a lot of you are in what we call the 4D. Sure enough, you have transcended the 3D, or in one or two areas you might be in 3D, but and one or two you're in 5D, but mostly you're in 4D. When you're especially working with things like spirits, if you are even a medium, the part that is opened up, you cannot decide if they're only going to be good or you are open to all, especially in 4D. When you're operating from 5D or above energies, your vibration, when you have learned how to discern, how to completely say no, then you can ensure that whatever message is coming to you is from the higher realm, or you figure out this is not feeling okay and you're able to cut off and detach and reshield yourself. Shielding all day long, especially for you, Meghna. Your choice of profession has opened the realms of, and you know how reluctant I am to talk about such things because I'm not here to spread fear. I'm not here to spread superstition or make people afraid and get ideas into their head. I'm here to empower. I'm here to share tools. The more you give into any form of fear, you will become weaker, your auric shield will become weaker, and you will give the power to anything, be it ghosts or anything. Okay, now when we have a lot of this inner work remaining to be done, or there has recently been any situation that has got you emotionally worked up or triggered, your auric field becomes weak. They can be negative energies, entities, they can be all kind of situations that can take place and get attached to you. You might see them in real life, especially people who are just transiting, who are doing the higher vibrational work and all that. When they are on the bridge, the 4D, that's when you can sometimes see people or something from the corner of your eye, an energy moving. You can hear when you are about to sleep or you're about to wake up, you hear multiple people talking, and when you wake up there's no one around, and you're like, was it my dream? When you go to a place, you might feel there's an entity there. You can smell. I can tell by smells. I can see, of course, being clairvoyant, but yes, what you have to do is immediately call upon, if you are Hindu, Shivji. He's the devta of the Ganas. If you are Christian, call upon Lord Jesus. If you don't know who you believe in, call on Archangel Michael, because he is the prince of all the angels and he knows where to send them and keep you safe. But you have to ask for help. You have to invoke them, all right? Not out of fear, out of holding that rope. It's about switching on the torch so the darkness does not engulf you, so they cannot enter where you might have a fissure from your unhealed parts of you. This is very important, that you keep your mindset on positive things, that your faith is bigger than any fear, that your heart is full of unconditional love, so that you're always in the light. Then darkness cannot affect you. You may not be strong, but the one who has your back, your creator, is the strongest. And if you are holding that rope, nothing can happen to you. Physically, we die, we fall ill, we get injuries. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about dark forces, dark energies. Okay, currently there is stuff that is happening, a lot of purges, a lot of things are happening. Dreams are going to continue to be weird, vivid. We are going into shadow realms to collect our lost shadow aspects. You might be going into, other realms for getting your energy back. All that happens in your dream state. Your guides, your mentor, your coaches, your masters are with you. Your angels are protecting you. So if you're seeing dreams, don't get upset. Don't try to read into it. Allow the process to happen without giving it any meaning. All right? Premonited dreams are very different. If you feel there is an energy attachment, strange pains on your body which cannot be logically explained, or a cord attachment, even if you're not sure, there is no harm. End of the day, before going to bed, asking Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to come in to clear you, your physical, emotional, mental body, your auric field from any cords, hooks, energy attachments, any psychic attacks, to clear it all out, to send it back from where it came from or where they need to be, and ask Raphael to then fill in the wounds, to restore, to give their healing energy to you, and then again reshield yourself. If you continue doing this exercise every night, within a few months, you'll feel so strong emotionally and mentally. You will never be able, no one will be able to scare you in that sense. No horror movie, no horror haunted house, nothing. Just be in awareness at all times and keep in the light. If you stay depressed, anxious, fearful, angry, I'm lonely, those kind of things for too long, you keep opening those voids, your potholes keep getting deeper. So you have to go and do the mending. Are you guys with me so far? Meghna, did that make any sense to you? Now, there are, of course, herbs, there are rituals that give you protection. This is not that kind of a workshop. I can, later maybe. The problem with teaching in a certain way is A, it is not structured. Second, without energy exchange, you get into a karmic debt. You understand? So, huh. It is important that you start something simple so you don't get overwhelmed. If there is something you really want, like you want to be in love, you want to attract love. Ravisha, you had asked me a question. If I've never had that experience, how can I manifest it? I'm jumping a bit ahead, but I just remembered it. Well, something similar. For example, there was a time when a friend of mine, after a play, I went back to the green room and I opened my bag, and he had stuffed my bag with so many chocolates. He wasn't in love with me, I wasn't in love with him, whatever, nothing. But that act made me feel so rich. So when I'm manifesting money and I'm like, I don't know, I've never earned so much money. Something similar. Where did you feel abundant? Where did you feel prosperous? Where did you feel rich? When did you feel loved? When did you feel someone give you something, a compliment, an uncle, an auntie, someone who's got you a pink frilly dress and you felt like a princess? When someone paid you a compliment and you felt, oh my god, this guy likes me. Hold on to those feelings. First, do your inner work and then you start manifesting, right? Otherwise, your manifestation is just going into that drain, the hole. It's just wasted energy. Affirmations work. So I'm going to repeat quickly: herbs, candle rituals, affirmations, visualizations, doing this journaling part of the inner work. There's so many tools, crystals, so many things that are here to help you. There are old videos, watch them again and again, redo the inner work. Louis Hay's workbook is crucial for anyone who has ever worked with me, will ever study with me. Where is it? Oh, oh, it's there. You have to get that Louis Hay's workbook because it saves me a lot of time from asking the same questions and making you do that. It is a starting point, not the finish line. And then once you have done your acceptance, your forgiveness, your looking for the gems, doing your hoponopono, all that, then you have to be grateful. Gratitude is the final knot when you're doing embroidery, so it doesn't come unraveled. Be grateful for the experience, be grateful for the learning, be grateful for whatever that gem I told you to find. It made me stronger, it made me more self reliant, it made me more self efficient, whatever. It kept me safe because I developed trust issues. So, well, I didn't give chances to people who could have taken advantage of me. Find the silver lining. I'm not asking you to forgive the act of anyone. I'm asking you to let go. When I say forgiveness, it's about that in this life they had to come in a certain role in your life, and now you're willing to put the baggage down, you're willing to stop letting that incident impact you for the rest of your life, to dictate how your life is going to go for the rest of your life just because of one person or one incident. Don't let it define you. But you can only do it when you're ready to. So you might have to go through the process of denial, bargaining, anger, grief several times till you're ready. But when it comes to romantic rejection, you guys are brilliant. You will be able to do it. And I want to hear before the end of this Mercury retrograde, you did it thoroughly and sincerely, because I've seen your readings. I know what's on the other side. And I want you to attract it in the correct way. Will there not be any arguments or fights? Or, of course not. What would be the point then? The point is for you to come back into your balance, to attract something healthy, where there's at least potential for something being healthy, and not the faces are changing, but the same story keeps repeating. Someone might just feel free and say, oh my God, it wasn't even me who wanted to be in a relationship. I think I'm just fine being by myself. Might happen. Or you might be like, oh my God, I can't believe it was such a small thing. And that's kept me feeling unloved and blocked from love all my life. But till you don't do a thorough job of udheroing every bit of it, you cannot re-knit it into something new. Who all are here? Ravisha, are you here? All right, so I think for today that's more than enough, and we'll continue if need be with a part 2. If you have to do your inner work, don't do it incomplete. That creates more of a puddle, more of a mess. Once you start, do a thorough job, complete it, no matter how long it's taking, how thorough you have to be, what painful memories you have to relive. Just know that you're burying them for the final time. So I wish you all the very, very best. I will be uploading a video for October. I do hope you will watch that and give me any comments or suggestions for the upcoming month in the comments down below. I would greatly appreciate if you left me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Love and light. This is Nikita from the Red God Tarot.